Here on John and 6 Mile. I've been sitting in the parking lot but about the last 30 or 40 minutes, And like I say, I usually don't do stuff like this, but I just been sitting here. I come up here to talk to God, asking God, why did he put something on my heart and then put on my heart, and I fight so hard to be able to do it. But I see that he put it on other people's heart, got a whole response team out here of people that's out here, is coming to see this guy that's laying down, sleeping on the ground, been sleeping in front of the church, God put it on my heart, come up here and feed him and try to come up with a way to get him off the streets, and I haven't been able to do it, but I see he has also put it on other people's hearts. See him, whole response team of people. Right up here in John where I take and feed the homeless. This was over here where I took and fed them at the gas station. And that's the store across the street. They told me that, I couldn't feed them in the lot. Made me get from over there. But here it is. This is what I was up here for this morning, to ask God, why did he touch me and put it on my heart? And then for me not to have a way of doing it. Cause I listened to Troy Bryce preach about grace. God give you the grace for stuff. And then Tiffany Montgomery took and preached on it a few years ago. And I realized that God do give you the grace and the way. And he hasn't done it for me. So, I was just saying maybe, I just got to go on and let it go. But to see this, as I sit up here this morning, to come up here and talk to him, let me know that he didn't put it on some other people's heart. It's taking and moving, so I'm glad of that, Need to pray for the people up here on John and 6 Mile. I just seen many of them since I've been sitting up here walking by, clothes all strung out like I used to be, and the power exists in the church to deliver them. That power exists. I was delivered in my shower, so just up here, trying to figure out why God had put it on my heart, and then not to make a way for me to be able to do it. And I might have missed, I think I missed that door and that window, because he had been talking to me about it since 2012, but I thought he was talking to the people in the church coming up out of the church and doing it as a whole, but I realized that he had taken and raised up individuals to take and do it. So anyway, just up here, because I come up here, just ask him, just where I be feeding him at. Last summer I had a barbecue, I grilled turkey burgers and hamburgers and sausages with macaroni, cheese, and baked beans. I was right here in this parking lot. I was right here in this parking lot when I did it. Me and my cousin, little Damon, me and him took and we did it, right up here. 6 Mile and John, area. See they out there, got a group of people that's, taking and showing the love that God put in them and the grace. God gave them the grace. They're equipped to take and do it. So, I don't know, but it's good to see that it is set up in some type of way. So, and he taking the movie and doing it because God, been slapping the people trying to help him right now, get them from off the ground. But I want y'all to stop and think about this. All these stores, y'all in the city, all these stores and stuff around here are owned by Arabs. Like I said, I don't hate them. But, Bishop Hicks, he took and he preached about, our blessing, the enemy trying to come in and take our blessing. I'm going to share that sermon that he preached Sunday, because it's real important that y'all listen to it, because it's coming from someone that I believe walking in prophetic, and I feel this call just like I feel Bishop Shears, call. We see it, but I think a lot of us have dropped the ball in some way, and that including these big name men of God, But sometimes you get up there and you just stop really moving and doing what God is telling you to do. You know, I never reached up where they reached or got where they got, but I know that God was talking to me, and it was things that He was ministering to me about that I didn't do. You know, and it's things that He ministering to them about that they ain't doing. You know, and he's Bishop Hicks preaching there about that the saints need to rise up and know that the devil and the enemy is trying to steal our blessings, and where he came from goes right back to everything that God has been trying to reveal to me through Proverbs chapter 8, verse 17 to the end of the chapter in Proverbs chapter 9. You know, I was told to read it, and I've been doing it every day. Finna go back and study and read it a little bit more, but I want to do this one more time. I want y'all to look at this. You know, guy been there. He was sleeping in front of the church. He was sleeping on old raggedy clothes and trash, you know, all around him, and they trying to help him. You know, a whole group of people. This is the van. I guess they come from fans face addiction now. You know, quick response team. So they're out here. There's a group of them, you know, in front of the church, and this right up here where I come to take and feed them. Well, I was coming to take and feed them, but I believe that the grace ain't with me on it anymore, you know, because I'm always struggling to try to do it. And like I say, when God gives you grace to do something, you know, He make provisions and He make a way. So me seeing this morning, I had to come up here because I just had to ask Him again, you know, why. So in doing that, I'm going to get ready to go on and leave from up here. I've been up here now for about 45 minutes. Just sitting in a lot talking, you know, to myself, my brother. But, you know, these are our people. They made a mistake just like we make mistakes. And, you know, for the enemy not to want you to take and feed them, you know, to come up the way he came up out of that store that day, you know, on that, like I said, you know, it bothered me. So I'm getting ready to go and get it out of here, you know, but I need y'all to take and pay attention to this, y'all. Yeah, we need to take attention. Truly do. You know.